Hello Zidane and welcome back to Terraformental. So let's start the loop and get the get up part running. As you down the bottle of water, you consider your next move. If you can reach Santorini faster, you'll have more time to explore before it's destroyed again. Maybe you can find a way to prevent it from happening. Yeah, so that keeps repeating and saying it's new. Oh, now we actually have a timer for Santorini is destroyed. So now we can actually keep track. So gather supplies, fill air tanks, do that again. New generator. Fully repair. Oh, we don't have access to the metal sheet yet. That's why. Let's queue this one up as well. Yeah, the way we can really speedrun it now, at least this part. I'm kind of sad that you can't change these manually. Let's do gather supplies first and then build the solar panel mount. Now I don't know if we can actually install this while the generator is in it. Using the array of power tools at your disposal, you cut the metal plates into long narrow strips, weld them together into a rack and attach the whole construct to the roof. A few spliced wires later leaves you with a power coupler waiting to connect a solar panel to the rover systems. Now you just need to find some suitable panels. You remember seeing some outside Talos and Lordian that may fit, if they're still functional. Let's see, we're full. Let's do leave in the rover. You also need a power coupler to do that. Oh, because we're outside, it's gonna take longer, I'm guessing. Let's actually park back in. Yeah, if you install it now, it's way faster. Yeah, just install it. Gonna need the power. So the only coupler we can get is the food synthesizer one. I don't think we're gonna need that. Connect solar panel mount. And now we can leave again. Go towards Lorien. Takes about a minute. I do want to see if we can find the solar panel. Because if that makes enough power to go all the way to Santorini, that's going to help quite a bit. And then we might not need the generator on us. Where's the rest? Why is this combined with gather supplies? No, that's actually... Where is the normal one? We first need to leave. Oh, there we go. Gather supplies. Let's do that one first. Then inspect solar panels. Takes about 30 seconds. Probably enter Lorien facility. So we can get all of the ration packs and stuff. The majority of the panels you find around Lorien are too large for your rover, intended not just to power the support facilities, but also keep batteries sufficient charged that they can run through the night. Even so, you're eventually able to find a few smaller panels that are in good condition. They're not quite great quality, but you only find enough to fill about half of your improvised roof rack. But they'll be better than nothing. Takes 45 seconds. This is gonna take a lot of time. For now at least. And the next time we do it should be like several times faster. Remove the solar panels and transfer them into the mount you made for the rover. Careful not to scratch or damage them in the process. Once they're bolted in place, you give them a quick clean to improve their power output. Daisy chain them together and link the final one to the mount's coupler. Returning inside, you're pleased to confirm a slow, steady trickle of power into the batteries. It's less than you'd hoped for, but it's better than nothing. With half the rack still empty, Maybe you should add some more to bolster the output. Voice the admin door. Oh, so 0.1. Yeah, that's low. Protein bar, give me a water pouch. And an exit. You turn it over. And then we go back to Talos. Let's actually restore our air tanks. Oh yeah, we're in the tunnel, so we don't have solar panels active. You're almost at 2 XP to do this operation at least. Traveling through the tunnel. Now let's go into Talos for the sec, get all the supplies I can, and then we actually leave for the dam. It'll take about 2.5 minutes. Add fuel to generator. Yeah, I think the generator is still the way to go. Unless we can somehow severely increase the solar panels. Like they're working. But yeah, if you're draining 1.5 from the batteries and we're only generating 0.1. The only plus is that we don't yeah, that we actually don't get stuck if something happens. If we run out of power, we don't get stuck. It just takes forever to get somewhere. gonna take the two water bottles, just in case. Uit de Santorini. Add fuel to the generator. You probably didn't even need to do that one. Should have more than enough power to get here. There we go. Let's go central compound. Because that's where all the resources are. Like water bottles, stuff like that. Park it over in central. Save basic food, fill water bottles, drag it over to the charger, unlock admin door. Let's do read Mary's diary first, because it's almost done. But wait, the terraforming process has been refined over the past century or so, and now only takes about a decade. If Mary has been here 5 years, and says the planet was already several years into the terraforming process before that, then it should be almost finished by now. The planet should be covered with plants and trees. The atmosphere should be breathable, at least for a short time. But from everything you've seen, it's not even close to that stage. Something has seriously set back the terraformation timetable. Let's do inspect computer. Much like Lorian's computer, this terminal is mostly filled with countless dull logs and reports detailing the daily workings of the facility. This makes it difficult to find much of actual use. You do notice the name of another facility being mentioned quite often, Asteroid. Seems like it's relatively close by. Maybe you should return to Lorien at some point and check out its computers for more information. Eventually you give up trying to sort through all the data and just skip to the most recent files. Quite a few of them refer to the artifact they found and are likely worth going through in more detail. Let's get water refilled and food. And let's actually go through the logs. Yeah, we have enough time to get through this. The first few logs cover things you already knew. That they discovered an artifact, detected steadily increasing power levels inside, so believed it was a generator, and tried to extract energy from it. Oh, that's probably why we are always at full power. Oh yeah, 9 peak from power source. Personnel researching the artifact started becoming concerned about the power increases, since they had no way of extracting or reducing the amount of power inside. They tried to find a way to minimize the damage instead. Luckily, they had a storage facility specially designed for basic materials. Santorini's processing compound was supposed to store all kinds of raw and processed materials, including radioactive ones. Apparently, the administrator ordered the artifact to be sealed in the uranium vault, with the highest level of security in place to ensure no one else disturbed it. Assuming they're referring to the compound you saw on the plateau, the tram may be the only way to reach it. Let's do the tram station first, so that's like 30 seconds. Let's get the water and take food. So you have like 3 minutes before the place goes up. So we might be able to get all of these. The tram station seems pretty standard. A small waiting area with a few seats, windows overlooking the tracks, a set of doors that presumably only open when the tram is here. But it currently is not. And the basic terminal for calling the tram. There's also a cargo unloading area, but seems quite small, only intended for shipments for supplies, components or equipment. We can call it. We try summoning the tram, but it stubbornly refuses. According to the error it displays, the tram is currently at the Asteroid facility and is somehow blocked from leaving. Seems like you'll have to drive there in your rover if you want to use the tram. Another reason it might be worth checking if Lorien has any information on this new facility. Let's go for the design lab. Yeah, so we need to go to Asteroid before we can turn off the big explosion. 2 seconds left. As you begin poking around the design lab, it quickly becomes apparent that most of the science described by the various diagrams and equations is going way over your head. One set of sketches does catch your eye though. It looks like an image of a rover's motor, with a few key changes. If you understand the notes correctly, then it could increase the speed of the motors without increasing efficiency. In theory, it seems to be incomplete though. Maybe you can find some indication on the computers of where the rest of the schematics are, if they exist at all. Let's refill first. Oh. And then inspect design computers. Yeah, we barely have enough time. Yeah, so it's a way to increase our speed. All the actual research on the computers is heavily encrypted, far too heavily for you to have any hopes of accessing. Even the messages sent between the engineers here and elsewhere are locked up tighter than any other system you've encountered. Just about the only information of any use you can access is where they are communicating with, and the large majority seems to be from a facility named Bravo. Maybe you could search for more information about it in the Lorien computers. Yeah, it keeps saying I need to go to Lorien again. Let's disconnect the rover. We have like 30 seconds. Leave the rover. I don't think we can go anywhere. Be like, nah, we can get that in 20 seconds. Never mind, if we can do that once, it should be faster next time. But now we're probably gonna need to go to Lorien, get the computers up and running again. The majority of the compound covering the entrance to the quarry turns out to be an open space. A short wall surrounds the compound, while the inside is divided into numerous large areas by rock markings on the ground. The only exceptions are two spaces at the end with scaffolding and tools set up around them. You realize it must be a parking and maintenance area for large vehicles. Most likely the sorted mining machines you started to occasionally spot over the rim of the quarry. The only other buildings in this compound are a lone control tower which overlooks the quarry, with a large tram cargo station connected to its base. The tracks continue out the other side, heading further south through the highlands, presumably towards Estrad. But they're blocked by a gate. Hopefully you can find a way to open it. Yeah, so this is the way further. Yeah, we can't even get out without getting destroyed. Yeah, we're gone. And killed. So yeah, that's it for this episode. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.